Hello, you guys. So this is going to be a real quick video. It's in regards to another video I was watching this morning from another TI in regards to noise campaign, or it's called noise pollution. And the reason I like to go off of other TI's videos is to help spread the word as a community base, as a support group, as resources, so that if you haven't seen another video, you may catch it on this video. And the resources that I received this information from started from Miss Renata's page, one of the persons that I was able to gain a lot of knowledge from within my community of finding out about the targeting community. So here we go. So noise campaign, if you don't know what it is, it's where people around your living area makes a lot of noise in order to irritate you, aggravate you, or to cause you to have sleep deprivation. Sleep deprivation to me is a number one source in getting you to act irate. With lack of sleep is lack of patience that follow. So to me, that is why they're doing it. So what can we do about the noise campaign? For me, I sit there and try to ignore it. Ignoring it means by countering what they are doing by what, playing my own music. If it's a decent time of the day, just zoning it out, watching TV, just laugh it off, because if you can hear it, your other neighbors can hear it, which means that it's disturbing the peace, and disturbing the peace is against the law. So if they are bothering you, 9 out of 10 someone else is also bothered. You can't make noise and only you hear it, okay? Unless it was that MK Ultra skull to head transmission, where it is only being transmitted into your waves of sound within your head. Okay, but if that's not the case, if it's an actual person sitting there blasting their music, stumping, and you live in an apartment, somebody else hear it. Now if you're in a complex and a unit where it's like upstairs, downstairs, and you're the one downstairs and they're walking and stumping and doing all types of things, when it comes to that and you can't seem to ignore it, it's time to probably talk or speak up. I think in this case, you have the right to politely notify your landlord and say, hey, can you please tell the neighbors upstairs to keep it down? They're stumping a lot, and give them an accurate amount of time to make corrections. Don't just say you reported it once and they stop. Because if they have kids, unfortunately, a parent can tell a child to sit down, sit down, sit down. And if the kid is at an age where they're just learning how to walk, they run, they play, kids run. So be, how you say it, at the same time, patient, and be fair, meaning like it's a time frame. So you can say, you know what, it's 10 p.m. A kid should be in bed by that time. If they're stumping at 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. in the morning, that's different. But give a child a household with kids an accurate amount of time to settle down after you done made the notice that they're making a lot of noise. That's unfortunate. On top of that, we was talking about, not we, but within this video, it was also talking about how the neighbors above will follow the person downstairs from room to room. Now, I actually had this happen in real life. That's not fake. That is true. The crazy part, it wasn't actually happening to me. It was happening to my mother at the time when I lived in her apartment complex. What happened was, she would say, oh, every time I go to the bathroom, it's like the lady go to the bathroom and flushes her toilet when I flush my toilet. I go to the kitchen, she's in the kitchen too, running her sink. And I was like, okay, let me hear about this. So what she was stating was true, and we was just like, wow, that's crazy. We just laughed at it. And then it seemed like she's rolling something around the upstairs neighbor, around the floor, like some type of machine. So to make sense to everything, we say, oh, maybe she has a apartment washing machine, so she has to roll it from room to room. But mom was like, from room to room? 1 minute she seems like she's rolling the machine in the bathroom, then she seems like she's rolling it in the kitchen, then she rolls it in the front room. That's what it sounds like, because you can hear it roll as the lady follows you through the household. So, if anybody have information on how these people can follow you and they're in a whole different room besides surveillance, besides, because my thing with the surveillance is, yes, you have surveillance, but how can they be so quick to jump up and enter the room that you are about to enter? To me, that seems like extreme impossible. So how was this done? So if anybody knows how they can conduct such a task, let me know. That's crazy. And then on top of that, if they were put in the program to watch you because you are some type of criminal, what is walking from room to room going to stop a criminal state of mind? I don't understand. I don't comprehend that. So that goes to show you that these people are doing it for their own well-being, is not because they feel they're doing tactics to help their community. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, someone said, hey, can you please help watch the neighbors downstairs because I'm investigating them for some type of crime, why do I need to walk from room to room? Right? So these people are clearly involved in harassment and know what they're doing. So don't fall for that one when it comes to things like that. And then on top of that, if you didn't know, I want you to know this. If you tried everything possible with talking to your neighbors, if you live in your home, with sending notes, with even getting the police involved because the notes and the talking didn't help, or getting your landlords involved, you have the right to sue. I know that sounds crazy or sounds extreme, but sometimes when you take legal action and show that you have the sense of knowledge about the law, and you have obtained enough information, enough evidence to prove that they are being a nuisance and you can get things done, you have a right to sue. And if your neighbor's noise is bothering you and nothing you have done to resolve it, take them to court. Yes, it might take some out of pocket fees, but the fees are not going to be that extreme. You can take them to small court for emotional distress, or you can take them to civil court, because every city has a noise ordinance in place. Okay, but most of all, remember, you need to prove where the noise is coming from and how it's disrupting your quiet time, and take notes of how many times it's happening and ask them to stop. Take notes on that, how many times you gave them warnings of them stopping and that they was disturbing you. And then also give your neighbors the law. According to the law, please stop making noise after 10 o'clock, etc., etc. For an example, you can say, I work from home, I'm homeschooled, and after 10 o'clock, because it says that's our state law that you can make noise after that, I can't get no work done. I'm trying to comply by working with you, allowing you guys to have your free time, but can I have my quiet time from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. the next day? Whatever is your local noise ordinance, because every city has laws. Every city prohibits excessive, unnecessary level of noise. Okay, so you have the right to find out those hours and use it against them. And guess what? Please don't think that, oh, this don't work. We are TIs. We don't get justice in the court of law. That is false information, because I went about 3 times. I had to take court orders in order to get justice, and I won all three. Different cases. Two landlords. One involved a whole district, and all three of them was due to my targeting. But when you have proof, it takes actions. And yes, it was a lot of work. One took 5 years, but I didn't give up, because I was like, I don't care how long it's going to take. I'm going to prove to you that you cannot do this to people and get away with it. The other two, I won right away. One, the people actually showed up to court and they lost. The other one, when they seen that I filed the lawsuit, they didn't even show up. They just dismissed everything that they was um, portraying to put against me and part of my targeting. So please don't sit there and say you will never win, you're a TI, because a lot of people would say that to other targets. I hear people say, hey, how can I sue? And the people will comment, you won't win, you can't. That's a lie. That's a lie. And yes, when I took them to court, things settled. It wasn't like, oh, they're gonna retaliate against you. Things gonna get worse. No, actually, things got a little better because they felt like this person knows their law. They know their business. We can't just get over on them. So please don't get up. Try everything first before you go that route. But number one rule to me: don't give up. Don't give in.